The next great MMORPG is a term that we like to use to label any upcoming MMORPG that holds any real type of promise. Lost Ark, Blue Protocol, Throne and Liberty, Ashes of Creation, Riot's new MMO. They all have the innate potential to be the next great MMORPG. I mean, putting it bluntly here, there really isn't a whole lot of competition inhibiting them from obtaining that title, which is where Quinfall comes in. Quinfall is a brand new Steam MMORPG. According to its Steam page, players will embark on an adventurous journey to explore the Quinfall universe. They will become part of unique battles and an immersive story, which MMOs are typically known for. The intricately woven, deep narrative-driven experiences, right? With dozens of different professions in the depths of medieval times in an all-new MMORPG experience. Developed and published both by Varek Technology Incorporated with a release date confirmed for 2023, Quinfall is set to redefine the MMORPG genre one pixel at a time. Now, in my curiosity, I did go ahead and Google this company because I'd never heard of them before. On their About Us page, they go on to claim that they were founded in January 2021. A company founded in 2021 are releasing an MMO that looks like this after a mere 2 years? 2 years? Guys, for reference here, Ashes of Creation, with the talented team that they have acquired, have been in active development for more than triple that time. Bandai Namco, who have a history of producing AAA budget video games, have been actively developing Blue Protocol for almost 4 years. I'm sure fully releasing an MMO after a mere 2 years is going to allow for you to, as you claim in your About Us section, become one of the pioneers of the MMO industry and allow for you to create the largest global MMORPG at a scale nobody has ever seen before. These are admittedly very grandiose claims, but let's not go ahead and be too hasty before we've actually even seen the game in action. They released a full gameplay trailer that is actually over 11 minutes long, and we're gonna go ahead and take a look at that. Before we do take a look at Quinfall though, I want to go ahead and thank all of our patrons over on Patreon. You guys allow for me to keep pushing out video after video, and I deeply appreciate all of your guys' support. Also, if you have a moment, consider following me on Twitch. I stream there every weekend. All right, so I will preface this by stating that multiple times after having uploaded reactions to trailers, I have been copyright struck. So if you hear random points throughout the video, complete and utter silence, that's the reason why I had to mute probably the majority of the trailer. You won't believe how many DMs I've gotten to cover this game recently over the last 48 hours. I will point out here that what we're seeing is actually completely UI-less footage. No other players, no other enemies. But it doesn't look bad, like. Okay, that kind of looked bad. Okay, so you can see, like, you know, 50, 80 other people.
Welcome to the realm of Quinfall, adventurer on a trail to the past. Lands of Quinfall feature a variety of landforms, mountains, lakes, and rivers.
I will note real quick, if you look over to the left here, you will see the flora and the fauna are popping in.
Mountains, lakes,
I know a lot of people
and
hate
rivers
that in Black
that are
Desert.
shaped according to their respective biomes and climates. The local flora also corresponds to the biome.
That looks really cool. But it also feels very empty, very dead, very desolate, very void of life. Like, it looks cool. You know, it's like some futuristic, like, I don't know, ascended race city.
Are strategically spread across cliffs, shores, mountains, and even underground in a vast 2016 square kilometer land.
That's big. And a lot of world to populate.
In this world, seasons and weather conditions like rain and snow interact with your character as well as objects. Plants and some animals may decline in number in certain climates.
So if an area is too cold, too frigid, you won't be able to mine like an herb node, or you won't be able to find the monsters you're looking for.
Some areas may be subjected to flood, and some may surface as a result of drafts. All of these are some of the elements that make up Quinfall's alive and dynamic world.
Looking at their hands though, they're like this. There's no fluidity in the hand. Okay, in retrospect, I can see what that looked like, probably from your perspective. Don't take this out of context. But their hands look like they were ripped from a PS2 game.
Those who find themselves in Quinfall will not encounter a classic MMORPG experience. In Quinfall, you can visit shops and taverns run by other players, play board games or mini games with others.
Now, I do want to just quickly point out here, I'm sure some of you have also noticed, but this entire trailer sounds like it is narrated by Josh Strife Hayes.
And even make your own music.
Yeah, you can't unhear that now. This is like a Gwent or Hearthstone or something.
Keep in mind that your character is part of a living, breathing world. You may not find smiths and other merchants at certain points in time. To learn more about the world, listen carefully to NPCs.
So kind of like the knowledge system that is present in Black Desert Online. Their facial animations are really good, but the actual physical movements for the characters are not. They remain completely still, immobile while talking, and it bugs me.
Every piece of information you gather and every area or dungeon you visit will broaden your knowledge, allowing you to uncover Quinfall's mysteries and hidden areas. You may need to find secret passages, solve puzzles, and decipher codes in order to discover the land. Do not forget. Waiting to be uncovered.
That climbing
Some
animation.
of these puzzles will help you to solve the mystery of Quinfall. In Quinfall, you can shape your character in any way you want. There are over 100 details you can change in the face alone.
Woo.
You are able to create a unique character. Details like skin color, hair, eyes, and body shape. This world offers you 11 different improvable professions inspired by the Middle Ages. You can hunt for treasures in secret areas, dungeons, open fields, and underwater.
Well, you can swim in this game, so I mean, we're already off to a better start than New World.
To find valuable items, you can plant seeds according to landforms and climate, and harvest them for farming.
Until someone comes along and destroys everything that you worked hard on.
If you don't have enough time, you can employ workers or real players and take time off to discover Quinfall. All professions are related to one another. Cooking allows one to create meals and desserts that give special powers in different fields. With chemistry, you can obtain formulas and create powerful potions that heal your cat or your friends. You can fish in lakes, rivers, and seas for various species. Some animals in different biomes can be tamed for the production of certain materials with the husbandry profession. You
Cool.
can also extract different resources from trees, plants, and ores in various areas. This allows you to level up your profession.
I just want to point out, the first time that actually happened in Valheim, I don't know how many of you guys remember Valheim, I'm sure plenty do, but the first time I actually harvested a tree in Valheim, I chopped it down, and the tree, it collapsed onto me. And I was baffled that I took actual direct damage from harvesting a tree. I didn't know that was possible.
Keep in mind that every item you gather is extremely vital for your survival and progress.
Not once have we seen the UI though.
If you wish, you can choose to develop your hunting profession by hunting animals.
Shocking. Can we see this in action though? Or are you just gonna show us the animals that we could potentially hunt? What was that? Are we not gonna touch on what this is? Why did everything immediately highlight? Does he have some kind of like tracking or radar system or sonic? Are we completely skipping over that? We're completely skipping over that. Okay, unimportant.
And merchant mounts can also be tamed and upgraded, which allows you to deliver goods faster and trade efficiently. Each mount provides different advantages in different areas. In a 2016 square kilometer land, improving your riding mount will grant you much useful speed. To obtain new mounts, you can tame wild animals, breed existing ones, or buy from stables.
So Black Desert Online is taking a lot of inspiration from Black Desert. Can you ride that?
The story of Quinfall allows you to use items that originate from different ages.
Wait, what? Originate from different ages? Did I hear that correctly?
Or ancient times, and even travel in time.
So you mean to tell me you can travel in time? There is no singular defined time period that this is set in. How, with the budget and the team size that you have, can you manage to populate a world in various different time periods? Is that a giant and there's building.
Your home in certain areas.
There's player housing, because why not, right? We have survival aspects, we have taming aspects. You know what? Let's allow for people to build houses and towns and cities as well.
Quinfall's seas are as lively as its lands.
And of course, we have to have sailing as well. There's gonna be, I'm sure there are gonna be other players that you encounter out at sea too. There's gonna be some kind of pirate system where you're gonna get killed out at sea from other players.
You can build a ship yourself or with your friends to sail out to sea where adventure is waiting for you.
And other
Sailing
players.
allows you to explore new islands and areas, while you must struggle against winds, weather conditions, giant waves that come your way. Nature is not the only thing you must battle, as you can encounter pirates, other players, and even mystical sea monsters.
Pirates, other it's almost like I already know what they're going to say, because this was already present in Arcade. This is essentially what they're trying to do in Ashes of Creation. I feel like this game has no original ideas. So, admittedly, that entire trailer was supposedly captured from their alpha. And if I'm being honest with you guys, featured a lot of Unity store assets. I'm going to, for the sake of discussing the game and its features, disregard the fact that this feels like another Dreamworld debacle all over again, because I'm sure that's what we're all thinking. Nevertheless, Quinfall is built using the Unity engine. It is going to feature an extensive number of towns and cities, which are strategically spread across cliffs, shores, mountains, and some of them are even located underground. There will be fully emulated weather conditions like both rain and snow that interact with your character, similar to what NCSoft have claimed that Throne and Liberty is going to be doing. Some areas will flood entirely and other areas will surface as a result of drought. All of this on an insignificant budget with a company that has absolutely no history of video game development. Stores will be run by players, meaning that the economy is completely player driven. What this means is essentially, when the game is popular, the economy will be bustling. But when players ultimately grow bored and leave, and this happens in every MMO, there will be none. Which is why I personally believe that player-driven economies really don't work in the long term, but that is a discussion for another time. NPCs, profession-related, and merchants will move periodically throughout the city, presumably along a set route. There are going to be 11 professions in total. There will be a type of farming present in-game, allowing players to plant seeds, and depending on the weather, harvest them. There is going to be a full breeding feature, allowing you to go out in the wild and tame monsters. Monsters can be raised and, via the husbandry profession, produce materials to aid in things like cooking, like tailoring, and other professions. As is evident, they really thought of everything in this game. Every conceivable idea has been implemented in some form. And much like in Arcade or Black Desert, they are implementing a naval feature, because other than aerial mounts, that's really all there is left, right? You can build a ship, you can sail out on the ocean where weather conditions are going to directly affect you, or you can engage other players and monsters. I feel like this is arguably the most grandiose undertaking in the entire MMORPG genre. Evidently, Quinfall's devs weren't like, you know what, let's make an MMO that truly excels in one area, that redefines a certain aspect of the genre that players will thoroughly enjoy, and that will subsequently result in players continuing to come back indefinitely, because there are no other MMOs out there at present that provides them this aspect better. Instead, they were like, guys, go to Reddit and find as many different threads as you possibly can, detailing what players want from an MMO, and this is what they ended up with. This game could be good. More likely than not, it's an asset flip, but they're holding a closed beta in the very near future, so if you're interested in trialing it out for yourself, you're in luck. Judge it after playing it, as opposed to from the UI-less pre-rendered trailer that they presented us with. Now, if this isn't something that you'd be interested in, I urge you to go ahead and check out one of these 2 videos on screen right now. I'm sure you'll find something that you'll enjoy. Trust me, there's a lot to be excited for right now.